No. My hair's messy, I don't care. Should have asked for another lemon. You don't have no ketchup in it.
What? Hogging the ketchup? What are you talking about?
Yes, you heard me. Hogging ketchup.
What's got me?
Is there a salt shaker anywhere?
Huh?
A salt shaker? Is that salt? No.
Sorry. Pepper. Salt in there?
Who puts pepper on french fries and tater tots?
Oh. You put ketchup on steak.
Will you let it go? Giving me grief over ketchup on steaks. Now I'll give you a dining tip. If you go to eat the Valero in Mina or the Super Stop and get their burger, it's good.
Yeah.
They're sized like tater tot, okra, wedges, and stuff like that. You can get them fried up late at night. You can put them in the fridge, if you don't finish them all, and you can open them the next morning. They are still crispy and crunchy. They're going to be a little bit soggy, but still good.
You remember that game last year where we didn't have cell signal?
Which
The
one?
whole cell system went out. They were sitting here. Maybe in the first game. Close to it.
It was one of the first.
Yeah, I was sweating it because there was no cell service. It's not just we were in no cell service. All cell towers are gone down.
We had to go to Murfreesboro, didn't we, though?
That was a home game. We were eating here at the ranch house. But everyone was sitting over there.
Might have been the Foreman game.
Foreman game. Foreman game. Got a good smoky flavor.
Mm-hmm. I can taste it.
We have this appointment on the 15th
Oh, that'll be fun.
of next month. Hopefully, they're going to try to move it up.
So, yeah, please, because you don't want to be full of painkillers the day before the game. We're going to have to do something good for my birthday this year, too, since it's on Friday.
Yeah. No, I told them I can't do any appointments on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is on Thursday. So we can do it. I don't want to be trying to talk on the radio if I can't feel half my face.
Be funny.
It'd be funny. It'd probably sound funny, too.
After all the outbursts you've had on the air over the years, I don't think Jay would mind. I know Dwight got on to you for that, all those outbursts on the air.
Any outbursts on the air? Well, I never tell
You
you.
screaming about pass interference calls and stuff like that, holding during the middle of the Mina game.
You're thinking about somebody else. I don't ever disagree with this.
Really? I'm
not saying they missed a call. I'm not saying they made a bad. I think they made a bad call.
Remember, I've got the memory like a steel trap. I remember stuff.
It's you that have the outbursts on here.
I never had the outbursts.
You obviously have selective.
My gosh, Dwight Douglas wrote that, and I guarantee he'll say it was more you than me.
Can't remember. I don't think Jared really had very many outbursts. Jared was pretty good.
Jared was fairly quiet. Bill Harshaw wasn't too bad.
I never broadcast with PT.
I did.
Yeah.
PT was actually fairly calm.
Yeah, PT was pretty calm, yeah.
Actually, if you look on YouTube, Philip, you could probably find Look up the Mena Prairie Grove playoff game in 11. If you listen closely, you can hear me and PT doing the play-by-play in color on that.
Oh, really?
You have to look. You have to listen really close to the Prairie Grove feed, but you can hear both of us.
Yeah, I think we did pretty good last year. Coming off of a 3-year layoff.
No, it was longer than that. Try 5.
4 years? Well, yeah, it was. You're right. What's it, 5?
It was 5.
Yeah. 2014, that was the state championship game, wasn't it?
Yeah. I did Bearcat basketball, and I pleaded with Dwight to let me go to the.
I don't know, it would have been 4 years because we broadcast in 2019. No,
Cool.
14 to 19, that was 5 years. Sorry, not doing the math.
Selective memory or just failing?
I'm just old.
Oh, sure. Blame it on age. Bob Barker hosted The Price is Right every day till he was 83, so I don't want to hear your sob stories.
Well, I haven't solicited for the spate and neutering of animals as well as Bob had.
I still find it kind of cool though too that one of my friends on Facebook, his dad and both of his uncles have posted The Price is Right. That's kind of cool.
Bob also had the Price is Right girls. That kept him young.
Tom Kennedy had the 3 Price is Right, same 3 girls for the year he was a host. And he stayed fairly young for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Drew Carey. No, the college students kept Bob young. Think. That and the fact though too, he had to run from everybody on the show.
Still, when I think of Price is Right, I still think of Bob Barker though. I mean, Drew Carey is good, but Bob Barker's the one who's sitting behind.
Oh yeah. It's like one of those things like the first year and a half was just kind of hard to accept it, but when I heard Drew Carey was going to take over as the host, I just thought, okay, that makes sense. I can see that.
Good job.
He has fun. Now, I'll tell you a really cool Wheel of Fortune story. My friend Adam Needham, who's a big game show junkie, he's also working on Monty Hall's biography. And my friend David Narns went to a taping of Wheel. Well, Adam told the audience coordinator and pointed out to David that this guy's dad and uncles were game show hosts. So they wrote down Bill, Jack, and Tom Kennedy's names,
Right.
and word got back to say Jack that I've got a guy in the audience who says these 3 guys are his relative. And CJ took one look at the piece of paper and said, I want to meet him. And after the taping and stuff like that, they got to meet him real nice. And Sajak got really emotional talking about Bill Cullen, how much he revered him.
Oh,
Told you I've also got to see I've actually seen an actual Academy Award in my life.
You know, I still think of Bob Barker as Price is Right. I still, even though he's been passed away now for years, I still hear Paul Eels in my head.
Me too. Me too. I still do. I still hear Mike Neal in my head.
Yeah, Mike Neal was good too. But
When I first started broadcasting 14 years ago, I still think I sounded a little bit like Mike Neal.
yeah, I can hear that.
I'm no Keith Jackson, but I try my best. Or Quinn Grovey.
Yeah,
Because Quinn's now the color analyst, and I
Yeah.
think who's down on the Who's down on the sideline? Junior Soley? No. It's one of those defensive linemen from the 90s. Can't remember if it was Soley or Adair. No, it wasn't CJ McClain. Crap, I can't remember now.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I mean, Quinn Grovey does well with. I just lost his name. Chuck Barrett.
I've told you my Quinn Grovey story, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just checking.
But still, if there are no Paul Eels, and
You're never going to be Paul Eels, so why shoot that high?
Paul Eels was such a great balance between he could get excited, but still be very clear and tell you the story, and but you could hear the excitement in his voice. I mean,
Yes,
he
you could.
He was really good.
Are you still surprised Morris bombed as bad as he did last year? Are you still surprised by that?
A little bit, yeah. He'll,
What do you think went wrong? A lot of things.
had to kind of be perfect for him. You had a lot of factors that didn't go your way. To go that bad.
That fast.
Yep.
I look back at that first team meeting when he got to Fayetteville, though, too, and I heard a lot of commentators and sportscasters and stuff like that pretty much say they didn't care. They lost interest in him from the minute he walked in the room.
Right.
And I think I liked the energy and I liked his enthusiasm. I thought he had a little Houston nut in him. And I thought if you can light up a scoreboard at Clemson the way you have and build an offense like at Tulsa and SMU rebuilding them from a dumpster fire, I thought it was going to take a little while, but honestly thought he was going to be all right. I figured he'd take a lump for a year or two until he could.
I don't understand why he lost the players that he lost. I mean, some of them, you lose some players and you're happy with that because you're changing your formation, you're changing your offense, you're changing your outlook. Some of the guys that you lost, I'm just like, well, what's going on there? You know?
The story I've heard was, though, too, all the recruits and stuff that he had, he split them up from the upperclassmen. He quarantined the upperclassmen off to one section, and he had all of his recruits off in the other section, and he pretty much ignored all the upperclassmen.
Okay, that'll cost you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll cost you good. That makes sense. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how he does this year.
Pittman's got house money. Pittman's like Hasselman. He's got the house money. The program has nowhere to go but up.
Oh, yeah.
Just didn't wish he had to deal with Georgia and Florida this year. I was praying for Kentucky, South Carolina, Tennessee, somebody like that.
You know, GHC is not playing this year.
Yeah, I kind of figured they'd shut down.
Well, I say that.
They're not playing until spring?
They're talking about spring ball. Yeah, they've canceled fall football.
Makes sense.
Well, kind of, in a way, in a strange C-19 way. But
This thing is just strange in general. This whole thing has just been crazy.
yeah, it just makes things weird.
Because I remember hearing about it last December or something like that. I was watching TV and I started hearing about it. And I was just...
I think the requirement's 60% of the stadium capacity, right?
Yeah, I think
Social
so.
distancing. I think 60%.
Yeah, something like that.
Let everybody spread out.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how Horatio's going to do seating wise. Because for the most part, they were pretty packed last year with the band and everything.
Yeah, they had a good attendance.
And they were passionate fans. I have to admit that.
Mm-hmm. Good fans, yeah.
And weren't negative, mostly positive, energetic, though, too. Very no. I would like to. Can you imagine what they'd be like if they were really rocking and rolling? Can you imagine how great that would be?
Maybe we'll get to see them a little bit to do that.
Yeah, hopefully.
Where are we at here?
We were at.
5 o'clock.
We're doing good on time.
All right, we're going to go.
Besides, I'm still recording away, so I'm having fun with this. This was one thing I was so looking forward to this year, was doing this.
Mm-hmm.
We always talked about doing a sports show for YouTube. This is it. Just talk about life and debating and stuff like that.
Give you your quality quality content.
Yeah, give me quality content. And I've always been a great broadcaster. And I've been a great interviewer.
You get interviews, you do.
If I can ever get around to it, I know I got the interview when Tim first got here. The interview with Jeff I'd love to get that posted on YouTube because that's a great interview.
Yep. All right, we got new equipment we got to check out.
Yeah, all right.